Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Triple H got emotional enough that he had to stop speaking so he didn't cry while sending a message to the WWE legend. The footage emerged recently of what he said. Paul Heyman is currently away from the ring after being attacked by the Bloodline when he didn't acknowledge Solo Sikoa as his tribal chief. Fans will have to wait to see when he returns. Triple H spoke to him in the footage from the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony from earlier in the year. WWE aired it for the first time, with the audio enhanced to show what the game said to Heyman. Triple H got emotional and had to stop talking for a second to stop himself from crying. He acknowledged Heyman to point out what he had brought to the table for this business and also what he was still doing for the talent. He also talked about how Heyman had changed the business. He also spoke about how Heyman still didn't expect anything despite all he did. "I'm emotional. What you've brought to the table, this business, what you do for the talent, what you still do for the talent, what you've done to change this business." He went on to say that Heyman was finally receiving what was due to him with the Hall of Fame induction. Heyman is expected to return to the screen when Reigns does. The backstage area of the WWE arena was buzzing with the usual pre-show energy. Crew members rushed about, setting up lighting and sound equipment, while wrestlers prepared for their upcoming matches. Amid the organized chaos, one figure stood apart, Paul Levesque, known to the world as Triple H. Today, his demeanor was different. The stern look that usually defined his presence was replaced by a softer, more contemplative expression. Triple H had always been a figure of strength and resilience in the WWE universe. From his early days in the business to becoming a cornerstone of the company, he had seen it all. But today, he was tasked with something far more personal, something that struck at the very core of his emotions. In the quiet confines of his dressing room, Triple H sat down at a desk cluttered with memorabilia and personal effects. He took a deep breath, his eyes lingering on a framed photo of him with a wrestling legend. The photo was a snapshot of a bygone era, a reminder of the legends who had paved the way for him and so many others. He was about to record a video message, a tribute to a legend who had been a mentor and an inspiration. The video was intended for Ric Flair, the Nature Boy himself, who had been battling health issues. Flair's contribution to the wrestling world was immeasurable, and despite his retirement, his influence still echoed through the industry. Triple H had been deeply moved by Flair's resilience and was determined to express his gratitude and respect. Triple H adjusted the camera and cleared his throat. The moment was heavier than he had anticipated. As he began speaking, his voice was steady but tinged with an emotion he rarely displayed publicly. "Hey Rick," Triple H started, his voice warm and sincere. "I hope this message finds you well. I wanted to take a moment to talk to you, to let you know just how much you mean to me and to the entire WWE family." He paused, his eyes glistening as memories flashed before him. It was clear that this wasn't just a routine message. It was a heartfelt expression of the deep respect and admiration he held for the man who had been a guiding light in his career. "You know," Triple H continued, struggling to keep his voice steady, "when I first came into this business, I was just a kid with a dream. I looked up to you, not just for your incredible career in the ring, but for the way you carried yourself outside of it. Your charisma, your passion, and your dedication to this business, it was all something I aspired to." He took a deep breath, trying to steady himself. The weight of his words and the gravity of the situation were beginning to hit him harder than expected. He glanced at the photo on his desk, a poignant reminder of the legacy he was speaking about. "You've had such a profound impact on my life," Triple H continued, his voice wavering slightly. "I remember watching you perform and thinking, that's who I want to be. You taught me what it means to be a true professional, to give everything you have for the fans and for the love of this business." Triple H's voice grew more emotional as he spoke about Flair's influence. "I remember our conversations, the advice you gave me, and the way you carried yourself with such grace and dignity. You've been a mentor, a friend, and, more importantly, an inspiration. Every time I stepped into that ring, I carried a part of what you taught me with me. He paused again, taking a moment to compose himself. The room was silent, save for the distant sounds of the bustling arena. It was as if the world had momentarily stopped to allow Triple H to express his feelings. "I know you're going through a tough time right now," Triple H said, his voice thick with emotion. "But I want you to know that you're not alone. You've touched so many lives, and your legacy will live on forever. You're a warrior, Rick. You've shown us all what it means to fight with everything you've got, and that's something we all carry with us." He took a deep breath, his eyes brimming with tears. It was clear that this was more than just a tribute, it was a personal message from the heart. "You've always been the best at what you do, and you continue to inspire us every day. I just wanted to say thank you, Rick. Thank you for everything." As he finished the message, Triple H found himself at a loss for words. He took a moment to collect himself, his emotions overwhelming him. It was rare for him to be so vulnerable, but today, the weight of his feelings was too great to ignore. With a final, heartfelt sigh, Triple H looked directly into the camera. "Take care of yourself, Rick. We're all pulling for you. You've given us so much, and now it's our turn to be there for you. We love you, and we can't wait to see you back where you belong." He reached out and stopped the recording, the finality of the moment settling in. The emotional toll was evident on his face. Triple H had always been known for his toughness and resilience, but today, he had allowed himself to show a different side, a side that was deeply touched by the legacy of Ric Flair. As he sat there, catching his breath and wiping away a few stray tears, he knew that this message was more than just words. It was a testament to the bond that exists in the world of professional wrestling, a bond built on respect, admiration, and a shared passion for the sport.